Welcome back to my podcast, The 5 Minute Echo. Layoffs have become strangely normal. You read about them, you hear about them, you feel bad for the people affected, and then you scroll on to the next post until one day it happens to someone you know, a friend, a colleague, a family member. Suddenly, it doesn't feel like news anymore. It feels real, and that's the world we live in today. The reason don't even matter anymore. Sometimes it's restructuring. Sometimes it's cost cutting. Sometimes it's AI. Sometimes it's simply because a spreadsheet somewhere says a department can become smaller. Companies aren't emotional, they are practical. Billions are now being invested in AI, automation, and massive data centers. That money has to come from somewhere. Sometimes it comes from people. Whether AI is directly replacing jobs or simply changing how companies spend their money, the outcome often looks the same. Here's the strange part. A year ago, many of us were asking, what if AI comes into my company? Today, it's almost the opposite. What if AI disappeared? Most of us wouldn't even know how to do our jobs. We ask AI to write emails, prepare presentations, summarize meetings, generate code, analyze spreadsheets, even brainstorm ideas. We don't just use AI anymore, we've quietly become dependent on it. And maybe that's not a bad thing. Because AI doesn't get tired, it doesn't complain, it doesn't resist. It simply helps us do better work, faster. I use AI almost every single day, personally and professionally. A few months ago, there were tools I had never even opened. Today, I have used them to build things I wouldn't have even attempted on my own. An automation that used to take me an entire evening now takes less than 10 minutes. An Excel framework I had been putting off for months is done in less than a few hours' time. Not because I suddenly became an expert, but because AI became my teacher. And I wouldn't pretend that's simple. The same tool that taught me is also the reason someone's role got smaller somewhere else. That's the uncomfortable part nobody likes to say out loud. But perhaps my favorite example has nothing to do with technology at all. Earlier this year, when I heard India might see an El Nino year with lower rainfall, I got curious. Instead of just reading the news, I spent the next week asking AI one question. If this happens, where could the opportunities be for me to make some money? After dozens of conversations, I shortlisted 5 companies to invest into in the Indian Stock Exchange. I invested. 4 of them are now up more than 15%. Was that entirely because of AI? Of course not. Markets move for hundreds of reasons, but AI helped me think differently. It helped me ask better questions, and sometimes better questions are worth more than better answers. So let me ask you something. If tomorrow your salary stopped, can you earn rupees 1000, 5000, 10,000? Not from your savings, from your skills. This isn't fear, it's preparedness. Maybe the biggest skill we need today isn't coding or investing or even prompting AI. Maybe it's simply learning how to adapt. Because every generation gets one major technological shift. Ours just happens to be artificial intelligence. The future probably won't belong to people who fight AI. It won't belong to people who blindly depend on it either. It will belong to people who learn to work with it. So, while it's still accessible, while it's still mostly free, learn it, experiment with it, talk to it. Because if tomorrow your salary stops, the conversation you have with AI today might just become the opportunity you needed tomorrow. The conversation you have with AI today might feel small, but it might also be the one thing standing between you and what now. Have that conversation today. This is the 5 Minute Echo. Thank you for listening. I'll see you in the next one.